Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to Unveiling Valor, Captain Len Kaine's journey from naval hero to humanitarian luminary with your host Captain Len Kaine and President of the Hope Collection Ron Clayton. We would like to thank our sponsors, extend our deepest gratitude to the Hope Collection and Joel and Ardith Griffin for their unwavering support in making a positive impact on our community. Our generosity empowers us to reach further, dream bigger, and extend a helping hand to those in need.
Is anyone there?
Hello, Ron, Jim.
Hey, Len, this country boy.
Hey, good morning, afternoon, I should say. Well, got to have you with us, and Ron's going to be with us in just a minute. How you doing?
Oh, great, man. Good to hear your voice, too.
Oh, as well. Welcome aboard, and a happy New Year to you and yours. God bless you.
I would say something ridiculous like that to you, but happy decade, because one good year ain't going to be enough, man.
You betcha. We keep on doing our best to help make it a better world.
Yes, sir. Anything less than that would be absolutely unacceptable.
There you go. God bless. Good to hear your voice, and I just love to hear all the wonderful things that you've been up to, doing your magic, and I still call you BB.
I appreciate it, man.
Well, you're a brilliant young man, keeping up the good work. Oh, Joe, wow. So I just talked to Ron, and he said, yes, the show is going to be on today. And here we are. You and I are waiting.
Good afternoon. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Well, we can hear you talk.
I just had to call back in. I don't know what happened, everybody, so welcome. Hi, this is Ron Clayton, not only the host of the Optimize Your Life and the Golden Rule Society radio show, brought to you on the blog radio platform. I'd like to welcome everybody that's here today. Someone's got something beeping in the background. Can you mute your phone, please? I know there's a number of people on the call. I want to welcome everybody. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Thank you. We have a special guest here today. Captain Len Kaine has joined us on the Tuesday call-in show. And I'd also like to note that I already see that we have our fearless leader. No, not our fearless. He's just the incredible leader of Rick Reese from the Team Go Get and the Surge 365 business model that we all that choose to operate on the travel industry. We're so welcome everybody here. I hope you had great holidays. Hope you made it through the New Year's. And I want you to know that I listened to the fireworks go off in our town. I was already in bed at midnight.
Oh, wow.
Well, welcome, everyone.
Great to be here with you, my friend, Mr. Ron Clayton.
Well, we sure appreciate everybody that's called in today. And we're looking forward to an incredibly great show. We know that what's going on here is we've got multiple people calling in. Even Linda's even called in today to double check and make sure that everything's operating properly. It's Travel Tuesday. What we're doing is we're kind of looking out going forward for the years 2025. And this is January. And we're just so happy, and we're just so happy that everybody would be here, and that as we operate the show, and we make sure that everybody is on board. And I'm having some technical issues here at the on board my dashboard is all messed up right now, folks. I apologize. I'm trying to get things straightened up here. I've had a few distractions that have not helped at all. So please bear with me just a minute. I might have to restart. Can you hear me? Because I'm going to re-sign into the show again and see if we can make things work properly. Can you hear me okay?
You sound good to me, Ron. Keep it up.
Great. I uncovered the dashboard disappeared from my screen, my computer, and although I had you live on the show, I didn't have the list of what's going on. So, do want to now that I can regroup here a second. Well, I started out. I had a plan of being able to talk to you about what we want to acknowledge is that on Tuesdays, what we're doing is we're going to continue to follow the program where we're on Tuesdays. We talk about how travel can, on an individual basis and as a group basis, change the world. And when knowing that travel, when you start to say the word travel, I think if you ask yourself what comes to mind, you would say travel. Do you start thinking about, in our case, we think about warmer climates. Right now, we got sunny skies, but we got a storm brewing here to come in shortly. I know, Len, on your West Coast, you got sun coming in, right?
Well, a little bit, but anyway, we're surviving, ladies and gentlemen, throughout the country, throughout the world, enjoying the beginning of the wonderful new year, 2025. God bless you all.
Well, Len, you had a couple of milestones this year with the Kindness Campaign program, where we have reached out and more people have been joining it. More people are talking about it. We also have the Kids Club, the Children's Kindness Club. We have most schools that have signed up and are utilizing the program of passing on kindness. And since you kind of, let's say you have cornered the market, the whole world is caught on with kindness. Did you notice that? How many commercials and companies are promoting kindness?
Well they should. We all should be involved in that. And when I get a chance, I'll explain to the ladies and gentlemen throughout the 90 countries that we speak to all about how it started and how we're doing it for the past 52 years in our charity, ladies and gentlemen. It's called the Golden Rule Society. And we've been helping children, churches, charities nationwide, worldwide. By the way, we're not selling anything, and we're all non-paid volunteers. So the opportunity, and I always introduce myself by saying, be sure that you have a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil there to copy some of the information we want to give you that is going to help you, your family, your friends, your neighbors, your church, your charity. But again, I always say, welcome aboard, watch my lips. I know it's impossible because it's a radio show, but we're all going to enjoy that which we've been working for more than 52 years, helping to make it a better world. And the focus is on kindness. And you're going to enjoy this. So be ready to go. And Ron, you are such a great, wonderful host for this show. Ladies and gentlemen, this Blog Talk radio show for the Hope Collection, it goes on 5 days a week. It starts at high noon on the east coast of the United States. I happen to be on the west coast, and which means it's only a little past 9 a.m. for my time. But that doesn't matter because you people over there in Europe, you're probably getting ready for your dinner, for crying out loud. But doesn't matter the time. It's what is available to you. And Ron, it is just an honor And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I mentioned the name of the organization. This is the Hope Collection. And this was put together by a gentleman by the name of Joel Gripping. And what a small world it is. I grew up in Scranton, Pennsylvania, the northeast corner of Pennsylvania. And my goal in life was after high school, I was going to go to Penn State. And my idea was to go to Penn State, get my degree, and get a job with IBM, and then live happily ever after. Well, things didn't happen that way because after high school, I ended up in the Navy, going to be a Navy fighter pilot. But one of the guys that did go to Penn State, Joel Gripping, a brilliant guy, big, tall, handsome, pleasant personality, just wonderful man. And he got his degree, a doctorate in mathematics. Like I say, brilliant. So much so that after college and being exposed to here, there, and everywhere, he ended up as a senior advisor to 3 different presidents of the United States of America. They thought that much of him that they wanted him to be there making good guidance on everything that was being projected, being processed, and he did a great job. And sadly, cancer got him just a couple of years ago, and he's now with the good Lord. So who is in charge of the Hope Collection right now is the gentleman that introduced us, Mr. Ron Clayton. And what a wonderful man and terrific guy he is. As a matter of fact, so much so that not only does he run the Hope Collection as the president, he's also a senior advisor to our Golden Rule Society charity. And it's amazing. We've got almost 24 senior advisors who are serious and specialists in various factors of their lives. As a matter of fact, we have one that joined us, Mr. Brad Dorsey, and he is incredible. And we're going to hear from him as we keep going, but I just want to let you know that hang in there because this is really something special. And by the way, Mr. Brad Dorsey has just done immense work with all that stuff that's going on. The nice part about it, here I am, head of the Golden Rule Society charity. We don't get paid. All the work that we do is volunteer. So, and when any one of our senior advisors, like Ron Clayton or Brad Dorsey, when they do something really great, I said, Ron, Brad, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to double your salary. And it doesn't take long for them to remind me that 2 times nothing is still nothing. But that's the thing. We're busy doing the work of the Lord. And he doesn't pay us anything, but what we figure on is that his retirement program is out of this world. Anyway, we hope and pray for that. But that's why we're here, ladies and gentlemen. And you should take a moment, call your friends. If they haven't, then tell them to come aboard because they should be listening and hearing what opportunities are available to them. Again, we have a website, and we're going to introduce you to that. And when you go there, you're going to find that most everything is free, except some things are better than free. And there's so many good things that are just busy helping to make it a better world. And I don't mean to brag a little bit, but I've only got 5 nominations for the Nobel Peace Prize. And in 2014 was number 2 in the world. And that tugs at the heartstrings. And there are more things I'm going to tell you about what we're doing that are benefiting you that you probably don't even know about. But we're going to tell you about them. And we're not selling anything. I stress that over and over again. Because people say, oh, you get to these things, and they're always wanting to sell you something. They want your money. Not here. This is a charity that's helping to make it a better world, now and always. So that's the goodness, and that's the kindness. And people always say, what are you involved in this kindness program? And I have to tell you this because it tugs at my heartstrings, because I graduated high school, and the very next day I was off to join the Navy. That day that I was ready to leave, I had my little bag packed, ready to go, and my dear mother grabbed me on the shoulder and she said, Len, before you go, I want you to remember this. Wherever you go, whatever you do, whoever you meet, be kind. Now, those two words are in my heart, my soul, and my mind. That's why we have kindness clubs. That's why we have the kindness program nationwide and worldwide. And again, here's how it goes. I'm going to give you the kindness program nationwide, worldwide. And here are the words. With kindness and love and hope in your heart for peace in the world, share the love that the good Lord gives you with others. Be courteous and kind. And when you do it with a smile. That's where we are. That's what we're doing. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to go on and on. And, Ron, I'm going to turn it back over to you for a minute while I take a sip of my coffee. And when you're ready, I'll jump right back in because I've got a lot of things to talk about. Over to you, Ron.
Okie doke. Thank you so much, Ron. Well, you know what? I'd like to share something. You had mentioned that we as organizations are committed and dedicated to providing services to individuals and to help make lives better. One of the programs that we took on last year, both the Golden Rule Society and the Hope Collection, is a service that is available to everybody listening on this call, whether you're listening directly on blog platform, or you're listening on YouTube, or any other 15 other platforms we broadcast from every day. With Cambridge Financial, we have a program that can enable you to, wherever you are right now today, have a private phone consultation with a dedicated consultant with Cambridge Financial that works exclusively with Hope Collection members and affiliate people that call in, and what they can do for you. Please hear me. In the last 4 years, the banks and financial institutions have had the right to, and have done this. They can increase the amount of interest that you pay on the outstanding debt on your loans or your credit purchases. They can change the fees that they charge if you're 1 hour late with your payment. They bump your payment fine fee as much as $50 to $75. You got to pay that off. Now you got additional bills to pay, and you got more to pay, and you're not getting out of debt. Plus, you're trying to save money. You're trying to cut down the amount of money you're paying out of your household. Everybody's got a budget, whether it's in balance or not. Everybody has bills to pay. Well, Cambridge can take and sit with you on a confidential and private, secure line. You fill out, give them a background information of where you have debt with credit cards, loans, whatever, and they can reorganize that in a way and reduce the costs. You're not getting, this isn't a free ride. You're going to pay your bills, which is honorable, but they do it in a way that they can eliminate all these overhead expenses and lower your rate. And when they do that, that means you have more money to pay more bills. In the last 2 months, Lynn and I actually have paid off two different credit lines that we had credit cards. And in the last 4 months we've been on the program, we actually have paid off 2 bills. So now the money we used to pay on those bills is compounding to pay off other bills. So we're reducing the amount of debt we have every month. And the amount of money that we are spending, we are now spending less money to pay bills than what we are paying the bill down. And we lowered the interest rate. So we actually have increased the amount of money we have to live by, and buy food And although the price of gas is coming down, I got all excited the other day because of the holidays. You know, we spend a lot of money at the local grocery chain that gives a discount, and you collect points for every dollar you spend, and I got a reduction. I had 90 cents off the price of a gallon of gas. So I went to fill my tank, and normally this goes back to pre-Biden gas days, goes back 4 years ago when we had $2 a gallon gas. I filled my tank with $2 a gallon gas. Instead of costing $45, it cost me $21, and I filled my tank. Boy, is that exciting. You know what? We're headed there again. But it was so nice. It was like a little pre-present for what's in the future here and going forward now that we're going to be changing some things that you and I can't control a thing about. But we can when we can use the discount. Boy, isn't that great? You spend less money, you got more money, your money goes farther, you get to do more, you get to help more people, maybe give more to church. All these things that having lower overhead can help you in your life. Maybe you've got children, you want to do more for them. Well, if you got more money to spend rather than pay it in increased inflated costs, well, folks, use Cambridge. I got the phone number here. It's an 800 number, and I'll give it to you first. 888-491-7830, and you get it's a private, it's confidential. You talk to a counselor, you work it out. It's all based on your approval, and you can reduce the cost of money that you're spending out the door. Now, is that system free? I have to say no. But they don't charge you up front. What they do, they build a $50 fee into your repayment program. So when that's paid off, that's so much more money that's going to go to pay your bill down. But they don't look for money out of your pocket to get this started. Many of the companies that do this on television, you have to pay them up front. So folks, realize this. We have a very special program that you can take advantage of, and it's called Cambridge Financial. They are a 501c3, just like Hope, just like Golden Rule Society. So they're governed by some very strict rules. But they come well qualified. They got the best rating from Better Business, your old BBB, and so you can trust them. And we have this relationship with them that is fabulous. And you can call this number to get information to get started. That number again, if you'd like to write it down, is 888-491-7830. Folks, take advantage of it. I can tell you, Lynn and I have saved every month. We have lowered our bills by $500 plus. That was $500 more we had for Christmas this year because we didn't have to pay it towards bills. And we were able to reduce our bills significantly. So, folks, if I can do it and help me, and I'm serious with you, take advantage of it. Don't be shy. Use it. If you have a question, you're not sure, call them. Get the information. Learn what can make things better for you. If they can't help you, they're not going to do things and ask you to do things that are not. That if you don't want to do something, you don't have to do it. It's not going to hurt you. It can only help you. So please, folks, this is something that we have contracted with to make available to help you in your individual circumstances. And I encourage you to do that, and I'm very proud. And I just want you to know, we are so excited because in the last 2 months, we eliminated two. We have two more bills that we were paying out every month. Well, they're paid off now. So that's that money that we used to spend to pay on those, we've applied to another bill so we can bring Hamlin down even faster. We improved our credit score, our credit standing in the world. So we're in a better position than we were 5 months ago when we started using this. I'd like to pass that on to you and know that because of what we do can help you. It's only one of many programs that we bring to the table. Len King's going to talk about the prescription program. How about a program that there is one that we don't make any money on this, but we provide a service called a health program that you can take a test from Intiva Health where they take a swab and they take that swab, you send it into Intiva Health, and they do a run test on it, and they can tell you from your genetics, and you get a report, a binder, that you give to your primary doctor, that if you're going to go in the hospital or you're going to get new medicines, it will tell your doctor that whatever's in that medicine, if it's in the booklet, that manual you get, they'll tell you, no, don't take this medicine, or he won't even prescribe it. You get better service from your doctor. Many insurance companies pay for it, but if they don't, the cost of this test is $200. Now that we're not making any money on it. That is the cost of doing business for that service. And the point is this: if you can help you improve your health or protect you from getting hurt or taking the wrong medicine, hey, folks, that's improving life. That's what we're committed to doing. So I'm going to turn it back over to you, Len. Maybe you can tell us some more benefits of Tiva Health.
Oh, we'd love to do that. And before we go, ladies and gentlemen, those of you who are listening, do us a big favor, because on your telephone, there's a little button that says mute, because some people have children, or they maybe have somebody knocking on the door or watching a television, and what it does, it disrupts the speakers. So what you do as a courtesy, push the mute button, and that way you can listen, and it won't be interrupting others who are trying to tell you all the good news and the wonderful things that are going to help make it a better world for you. So if you would, we appreciate that, because it benefits everybody. And Mr. Ron Clayton, he mentioned the wonderful things that we're doing with an organization that is helping to make it a better world. And this is something that we're just so very, very proud and happy to be a part of. And I'll tell you the story. And it has to do with the medical industry. Because years ago, I was a combat Navy fighter pilot involved over in the wars over in the Western Pacific. And I'm up at altitude. Now, who's down on the ground? The Marines are doing their magic to make it to defend the people who need to defend, and from the bad guys. We got to keep that, as always, for the good rather than the bad. So anyway, years later, after I founded the Golden Rule Society charity, one of our senior advisors was one of the Marines that was on the ground at the time. And after he retired from the Marine Corps, he was an attorney and very much involved with helping people. What a wonderful man. Just so proud that we're partners with him. And he called me one day and he says, Len, you got to meet this gentleman by the name of Alexander Candelario. I said, well, I don't know him, but tell me more about him. And he was a Marine, a combat Marine over there together, and he was wounded and was medically retired from the Marine Corps. And what they did was they sent him to college down in Texas. So he was down in Texas doing his magic, learning how to be more successful. And my good friend, senior advisor, Jim Kyle, said, Len, you got to go down to Texas and meet this gentleman. I said, well, if you insist, I'll be happy to do it. So I'm here in Southern California, United States of America. So I ziggied down to Texas, and there I met Mr. Alexander Candelario. And I said, tell me all that you're doing here. Tell me what's happening, that I should come down and see what's going on. Well, he took a couple hours, maybe 3 hours, to show me what he was doing. Technology-wise, I mean, the guy's brilliant. And I said, well, what do you call this? And he says, I call it Tiva Health. I said, oh, tell me more about it. Well, it's an acronym, the INTIV, information, technology, videos, audios, all that sort of stuff. This is the way you convey information. I said, well, that sounds pretty good. And on he went. And it was so impressive that I made a decision right there. Our charity, with the number of friends that we have that are just well-to-do, so to speak, said, here's what we're going to do, Alexander. First, we're going to fund your program to get your corporation involved in this business of helping the medical industry. So we did. We started it up. I was an advisor, a guide, all that sort of stuff. And it became so involved technology-wise that I said, well, you're beyond me because I'm not into that sort of a business. So off it went. And we've stayed in touch. He's a senior advisor in our Golden Rule Society, and I'm still an advisor with them, but more of a supporter, if you will. And here's what happened. The Intiva Health Program, just about 2.5 years ago, became the #1 organization in the world, ladies and gentlemen, supporting the medical industry. Wow. The growth of the organization has been exponential, which means just to provide the pills and all the drugs and everything that the hospitals, the doctors, the nurses, the organizations need to take care of the patients. We had to build a factory. And then years later, we had to build another factory. And this month, I don't know what day it's going to be, my wife Ann and I are going over to Arizona. That's a state just to the east of California. And what we're going to do, my wife Ann and I, we're going to help raise the flag on the third factory. By the way, it's 5 times bigger than the other 2 factories combined. That's the size of it. And the nice part about it, the growth I mentioned is exponential. As a matter of fact, just a week or so ago, we had 40 major organizations in the country and in the world coming aboard saying, we want to be a part of it. As a matter of fact, I called doctor friends of mine, and I asked them, I said, by the way, Dr. Jones, are you familiar with Intiva Health? And they said, well, yeah, but they all say, oh, I've heard about it, but I don't. I said, have you visited the site? And they said, well, not yet, but I said, would you do me a favor? Here, contact me. I give them the site information. And they call me in another couple of days or so and say, Len, why didn't you tell me about this sooner? This is incredible. And that's what's happening. Because here's the nice feeling. I wake up in the morning, and everybody that's involved in the Intiva Health Program, which includes Mr. Ron Clayton, who's the host today, and another gentleman that you're going to be hearing in a little bit, Mr. Brad Dorsey, also another senior advisor. They're part of the program. And the nice part about it is that we're helping. We wake up in the morning and say, I wonder how many lives we saved yesterday through the use of the Intiva Health Program. And you ought to make it a point to talk to your doctor, your medical professional, the hospitals, whoever they are, and ask them about it, because they should be knowing about it. It's that incredibly helping the whole world. Oh, tugs at the heartstrings. So anyway, that's what we're doing with the Intiva Health Program. So I ask you to be sure that you have a piece of paper and a pencil ready to copy, because I'm going to give you this information. It's our Golden Rule Society's website. And most all of you are familiar with it. All you do have to do is write this down. Golden Rule Society. And there are no spaces. Golden Rule Society.org. O-R-G. Got it? O-R-G means we're a charitable nonprofit, nationwide and worldwide. And when you get there, all kinds of wonderful opportunities and things that we offer you. Most everything is free, some things better than free. But there you will find Antiva Health. And you can click on it, and they even have another name that they're using these days, and not just Antiva Bay, but they exponentially growth and all that sort of stuff. But it's there, and it's available to you. You got to take advantage of it and see what's available, because it may keep you from hurting and suffering, but it may even save your life or somebody you know, your family, friends, neighbors. Wow, this is what a difference it made, because it has saved and is saving lives on a day-to-day basis. So that's Antiva Health. And it goes to get there, www.goldenrulesociety, all one word, goldenrulesociety.org. And you can search there because there are all sorts of good things. One of our favorite that is most everybody likes, discounts on travel. And here's how it works. The example I use is a friend of mine from the San Diego area had to go to New York City with his wife on a business trip. And they contacted the travel people, the airline, and this is years ago, and they said, oh, yeah, okay, round trip, that'll be $1,000. That's a round number I'm just giving you. And he says, well, we're with the Golden Rule Society charities. Oh, yeah, okay, yes, got it. It's not $1,000, it's going to be only $600. They saved $400 on one trip. Now, here's the point. I and the Golden Rule Society, we have no control over what the airlines, when they offer discounts or what amounts of a discount that they have. But here's an example. If the airplane has got all the seats are filled with passengers, you're not going to get a discount. But if they have empty seats on flights, they're going to say, oh, yeah, we'd rather have somebody there in a seat with a discount rather than just carrying empty seats back and forth across the country. That's their control completely. And I have no control over it at all, which is fine. I wouldn't want to get into it. I don't have the time. But that's up to them, and that's available to you. And like I say, very popular. And again, you can share this information with your family, friends, churches, charities, everybody. Why not? Take advantage of that. Get to take offers that can save you money and save and help you to be more successful and happy in your life. Fantastic stuff. One of the things that we offer, I put together a program, and it's called the Golden Rule Society. It's called the Golden Dollar. It's the size of an American dollar bill. And on one side of the dollar bill is an action plan for living. How to live your life so that you can be enjoying all the things that you're involved in. Don't make mistakes. Don't try to do this, that, and the other. That doesn't work. And on the other side of the dollar bill, if you will, is an action plan for business. Why make the mistakes that have already been made? Why invest in something that you know you'll find out later that doesn't work? So don't do it. We do the guidance. Here are the good ones. Those are the bad ones. Stay away from the bad ones. Simple as that. But those are the opportunities that are available to you. And wouldn't you know, our golden dollar of the Golden Rule Society got a new nickname. It's called the Lucky Buck, because a dollar bill in the United States, they call it a buck. $1 is $1. Anyway, that's beside the point. But it's available. And people say, how do I get this Lucky Buck? People, what they do is very simple. Most everybody wants, they send me a stamped, self-addressed envelope. They send it to the Golden Rule Society. and it's a post office box 711, box 711, easy to remember, and that is in Coronado, California, Coronado, Coronado, California, 92178. And when you do that, we take your stamped self-addressed envelope and we put the lucky buck in there and we just mail it back to you. We're not selling anything. And people say, oh, well, you're looking for money. No, we're not looking for it. But you'd be surprised how many people say, this sounds too good to be free. So what they'll put a stamped self-addressed on it, but many people would just put a donation, because whatever we get, we use to pay our bills, paying for the telephones and all that sort of stuff. But we don't get paid. We're all working here free of charge. But the nice part about it is that if somebody makes a donation, we'll pay the bill, but whatever is left over, we donate it to others. So whatever you do, if you want to do that, you're benefiting others just by doing it, and the success that you're going to have from having the golden dollar action plan for business, you're going to keep you very successful, action plan for living, a wonderful life. Why not? It's worth it. Because if you want to go to school, someplace to go in all this, it's going to cost you a lot of money. So we capsulized it, put it together, and it's yours basically for free. And any donations, that's completely up to you. So that's what we got going, and that's the nice part about it. So you've heard about the Intiva Health Program. Who knows? It might save your life. Isn't that a nice feeling? Or keep you from suffering from illness or pain and all that bad stuff. So there's more that we have, but those are some of the top stuff that we're doing. And I'd like to go have a little sip of my coffee again and turn it back over to either Mr. Ron Clayton or how about Mr. Brad Dorsey. Brad, we'd love to hear from you because you have so many good things going on, ladies and gentlemen. He's one of our super-duper senior advisors. Brad, are you there? He may have been called away. But back over to you, Ron. And let me get a cup of coffee and sip on my coffee, I should say. And I'll turn it back over to you for just a minute or two. Hello, Ron or Brad? Anybody home?
We're home. I had to get up. You know what? I put myself on mute, and so we'll see if we can't. Brad Dorsey, are you there, please? You want to jump on
Yes,
board?
sir. I can hear y'all, Ron. I think I was muted. Can you hear me?
You were muted. Yes. Hey, do you have somebody, a friend on from area code 715?
I got about 4 or 5 people on. You know, I invite people every day.
Oh. Yeah, I know you do. Well, we want to welcome them to the call, and then if they'd like to say hello and share any thoughts, obviously we're looking forward to what's going to happen for everybody that's a part of our let's say our circle of friends, Country Boy. What we're doing is looking to help more people this coming year, and specifically if we can put the tool of the travel business in your hands to help you increase your cash stream or cash flow, make more money. You can look at to expand your retirement, or you want to expand your side hustle, whatever it is you want to do. We can help you do that, but you got to let us know. So I'm gonna. The mics are open, Country Boy. So if any of your friends want to say hello, go ahead and do that right now.
Hello, this is Wanda from Cleveland, Georgia, and I have the area code 715.
Well, hello, Wanda. Welcome aboard, and thank you for speaking up. We so appreciate it. I know sometimes people are a little uncomfortable because you realize your name is your voice is going around the world right this very moment. So welcome.
Well, then I'll say bienvenido to the Spanish people, and bienvenue to the French people, and wie geht's to the German people, In Hay
Deutsch?
from Georgia. Ja, eine
right.
kleine bisschen, ja. Ich heiße Wanda Obermeier.
Wunderbar. Boy, we got a multilingualist with us today. Well, Wanda, and you obviously, I bet you any money you know Country Boy.
I certainly do.
He is such a wonderful, wonderful man. I had the privilege of meeting him one time a couple of years ago. I flew down to Atlanta, hot Georgia, hot Atlanta there, and I was at a convention at the Hyatt Regency there, I believe it was, and we met, and he was all the way across the room. We were in a big room with about 400 or 500 people, and I saw, I didn't see him. I saw this big cowboy hat crossing the room. And I knew it was him. I just knew it was him. And so when he got up so we could see eyeball to eyeball, he stood on a chair. I'm tall, and he's not as tall. But we got to see each other eyeball to eyeball. And our hearts, the moment we met, it was just like we never knew. We've known each other our entire lives. And I know his heart. I know his spirit. I know how much he gives and gives and gives. And even when it doesn't seem like he has anything to give, he comes up and he shows up. And he actually has lifted more people up. And he is such a bright light in the Atlanta community. And he's touched so many lives. We're just grateful for his presence.
Well, Ron, I was telling Lynn earlier when we came on the show, it's okay when you hear other people talk about you, because my mom used to always say, when you're good at something, you don't have to boast about who you are and what you do. Other people will talk about you for you. But at the early part of the show, I was joking with Lynn when he started telling all these wonderful, wonderful things that Country Boy does. But I had to remind him that we serve a jealous God. I don't mind, because many are called and few are chosen, and I just happen to be one of the chosen ones. Joel Griffin mentored with me for 20 years before he ever met me. I met him on Burl Walk, Beryle, Walk, international blog talk radio show that we're talking on close to 20 years ago. Burl mentored with me for 30 years, and I never met him. And they said when he died, he was worth about $48 million in net worth. He invented the platform that we're talking on right now, which is Blog Talk Radio, and we broadcast to 97 countries and speak 66 languages, and I don't speak Chinese. But the great thing about it is Joel told me a long time ago that it was okay if I referred to our friends as super friends. What he's done, Lynn's way out in California. Ron, you're way up in New York. We had Bob on the other day. He's way up in Jersey, and here I am down here in the dirty, dirty South. We've taken the best of the best from the North, the South, the East, and the West, and we allow every single person to come in and love their very, very, very best. Absolutely incredible what this foundation has been able to do around the planet now with the connection of us being able to talk through the airwaves. Today, I always call everybody out. We're talking about every man, every woman, every boy, and every girl coming together to help make for a better world. When Lynn started talking, he was telling you guys earlier about the kindness campaign. Ron, you always love to hear me say, we don't really care. We care enough to share enough information with you so that you'll know what you need to know in order to be able to grow. But we don't care if you graduated from Harvard or Yale or just got out of jail. God has designed everybody in his own image, and ain't nobody can do what you do, like you do when you do what you do. And we feel honored and privileged just to be able to do anything with you. Lynn calls it Kindness Costs America. That doesn't take any special credentials, not even a GED, just to be kind. How do you do that? Simple. By treating other people the way that you want to be treated. But when we flip the switch, Ron, and we start talking about the Hope Foundation, we have something called Hope for You. That's where we are information power source. Information stage, and knowledge is power. And you heard me just now say, we want you to know what you need to know in order to be able to grow. But see, I live down here in Georgia. Matter of fact, in the northeast Georgia mountains. I'm straight out of the northeast Georgia woods. Just a little old country boy that still believes in good and tries to bless people the same way that the divine creator would. So we don't care whether you want to be kind across America, when we call it Hope for You. And my grandmama says it's a blessing to be a blessing. Shakespeare wrote it and gave it to Hamlet, paid it forward, to be or not to be. Now, see, understand, that's not a riddle. That's the answer to the question. Are you to be a blessing or are you not to be? And that's what we do when I say we have no hidden agendas, because everybody on the show has something unique that they can do and only that they can do. And we're just using this platform to connect people. Like, Ron, when you first came on, you were talking about how people are having problems with their finances, Cambridge finances. But, Ron, before I go any further, because, you know, I'm full of words, Ron, if you don't mind, let me throw you under the mic and tell us the 8 pillars that we focus in on, because everybody has something very unique that they can do. We've been practicing loving people. We're practicing keeping in mind. Lynn said he's the best in the world fighter pilot. But I understand that practice doesn't mean you get perfect. Practice means you only get better and better and better at whatever it is that you do. So we want you to practice doing unto others before they do unto you, because when you give love, hope, and kindness away, eventually it comes right back to you. So, Ron, I'm going to flip it back over to you and give them 8 pillars that we're standing on, because there's something inside of our foundation that can assist and help every single person. Back to you, Ron.
Well, thank you, country boy. Well, the first thing is we do have 8 pillars. The first one is faith. And Joe always said, if you don't have faith, boy, how do you live in this world today? Because you have to have faith in the one, the God above, that he created us and he created us to be great. And we use that as the pillar for building everything we do on, and everything is central to that. Second thing we do is family. Well, you operate faith with your family and friends, immediate people that you're in contact with, and so that's another charge that we're supposed to take care of also, and we provide services and programs for faith, family, housing. We have a division that we're working to expand and be able to provide bigger and better housing opportunities for people. Faith, family, housing, education. Well, obviously, if you are educated, if you don't know, well, then let's help you find out what you don't know, and let's get you. We have programs for education. We have systems. We have ways to get people. We have financing to get people educated. Faith, family, education. How about health and wellness? On Wednesdays, Linda, my wife, hosts a certified nutritionist and a certified dietitian who has practiced and operated, and she has performed and operates in the field of health and wellness, both in the community, and she is professional. She's certified. She actually came to Buffalo at a conference. We had an expo with a local radio station that's also located in Atlanta, Georgia, and we have been part of promoting health and wellness through the expo program they had. And Beth came, her name's Beth Wyman, and she came to the event and provided all kinds of great information. And on Wednesdays, you can call in the same radio show, this one. You can call in on Wednesdays and talk directly with Beth and get some directions. Perhaps you have a particular area, and she is very, very well qualified. And she's not a nutcase. What I mean by that is she's not going to allow things that are not proven, that are not medically proven. She does accept and she does understand that we have more than the big pharma companies that produce certain medicines. She has knowledge of application with common sense, and she's always looking to help guide people in a way that can help improve their health and wellness. Then we have, on Thursdays, we operate with family, and Bob Oakley, the vice president of the Hope Collection, runs that show. We promote the object of family. So then after we get through faith, family, housing, education, the arts, that art, well, we talk about how to improve life and the quality of life, and Country Boy that's his area of expertise. If you don't know it, he is a world-renowned class of artists, and his artistry, his work that he's done. Some of his work is actually shown world famous in some different galleries, and they also do some special auctioning off of some of his works, and you have an opportunity to participate in that. So now we have the arts. We have another gentleman. His name is Van Taylor, and he worked with for 30 years. General Colin Powell, promoting and putting on all the shows for the veterans and the active service people around the world. He actually founded. He's a music and industry leader. He sponsored several groups you might have heard of, Kool and the Gang. And years ago, there was a fellow that he got launched a career, and his name was Rick James, and he's very famous. He's since passed away. He had some problems in life, and he's gone on in life. But the point is that Van Taylor has been instrumental in helping work. Remember the concert back in the 80s, late 80s, was about the world get together and music, and they had a big concert. Van Taylor produced that. So he's pretty much involved, and he's on our board also working to help promote. He just opened up a club here in Buffalo. We have a park and a creek that runs through Buffalo called Casanova Creek, and there's a park, and it's a beautiful city park, and right in front of it is a big brand new bank converted into what's called the Cas, and it's a jazz club, and you can go there for dinner, and they have music entertainment every night, and it's fabulous. We were at the grand opening with a 20-piece band and a gal that led the music that night. We just went there last week before Christmas. They had the grand opening. It was a wonderful affair. And Van Taylor is the owner of that part owner of that operation. He's part of the Hope Collection, help promoting entertainment and art and health through his work. We also have energy and water. That obviously we're all interested in clean water and great energy, and we've got a fellow, Dale Zajac, heads up that area of the Hope Collection Board. So in all these areas, we have people that step forward and add dimension and answer. As we move forward this year, I hope you'll all take advantage of the different opportunities that we do bring to the table, and that you're able to use and find solutions to make your life better. So I hope I've done a good job of what you asked me to do right now, Country Boy. I hope we've done that. I know our time is running out here. Would anybody else like to say hello?
Well, it's been a great show so far. By God, Ron, keep up your great work. And
well, everybody have a great week. And understand this. The good Lord wants us to get it better. We're not good, let's get better. If we're not good enough, let's get better. If we can do more, let's do that. Let's get together and make this a better place.
Ron, do me one more favor. Ron, you got about 3 minutes left. We can't. They talking about behind every man is a good woman, but in front of some men there's a good woman. Right next to them is a good woman. The last 2 minutes we got left, Ron, just give them an eavesdrop on what Mary is doing, Ron, if you don't mind.
Well, one of our board members, whose name is Mary Stanley, and she, in her life, she's a veteran. She's also a mother. She has 2 wonderful children. They happen to be neurological diverse children. That means they have autism, but she's training and bringing them up and guiding them into a life, and they are making progress, miles of kids their age that have similar situations, and she's been able to help them grow and be really wonderful. Many people don't even know they are autistic because they're so normal. She has helped kids to be normal with who they are, and she's a certified leader in that field, and she is leading, changing the way different organizations in the United States, our government and medical societies, are treating children with autism, and she's leading the way of helping improve their caring so that they can live and be more fulfilled lives. and she is also our communications expert for this radio show. And going forward, by the end of the month, we'll be moving into a new company we're working with. She's working out the details right now. Nothing should change. As far as we know, we're going to be able to operate. You'll be calling in just like you are now. But we have to make a change because the blog company, since Burl Walk has died several years ago, but the organization. So, by the way, he started. Everybody, talks about blogs. Well, you can thank Burl Walk for that. He's just one of the things that he created operational in this country. And we were pioneers. And we were pioneers with Burl Walk in starting this program. Mary Stanley is helping us move forward with a new resource to operate under. So you'll see that. We got a couple glinks to work out. But be aware and watch for changes. Watch your email. We might be sending you messages. But thank you, everybody, and God bless. Have a wonderful day. Len Kaine, you take care. Country Boy and everybody else that's on this show, God bless you. Thank you.
Happy New Year, y'all.
All the best.